This is an interesting topic coming up. It's baseball. And Rob, let me tell you something what Shohei Ohtani's doing. We know he's having a great year. But check this out. He's obviously a pitcher and a hitter. In pitching, he is second in the American League in strikeouts with 96. And he's allowed the fourth fewest total bases as a pitcher. So he's pitching well. As a hitter, he's tied for second in home runs with 15. And then he ranks second as a hitter in total bases. Like, this dude is getting it done at an elite level, both pitching and hitting. He's not just a great hitter who can pitch or a great pitcher who can hit. He's playing at an elite level on both ends of the game, if you will. That sparked one Major League Baseball executive who told The Athletic this. He compared him to Michael Jordan. He said it's like when Michael Jordan in the offseason decided one year, I'm going to get better at shooting threes. And then the next year, he's like, I need to get bigger and stronger so I can be a dominant post player. That's what I think of. Basically, we're watching Michael Jordan adding something to his game every year. That's the only comparison I can make. Now, what I wanted to ask you, Rob.
I got an issue with that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because winning has to be a part of it. When you mention somebody in Michael Jordan, I'm sorry. And I understand what he's saying about trying to improve on something every year, Chris. But when I think about Michael Jordan, I think about the ultimate winner. And I'm not here. Shohei Ohtani is a great player. I'm not even sitting here trying to poo-poo what he's been able to do. It's incredible on the major league level. But Michael Jordan, nah, I can't get with it.
First of all, I think it's hard to compare a basketball player to a baseball player. I don't even agree with he's adding something new every year. Like, I mean, Ohtani's been a pitcher and a hitter his whole life.
Right, he's just gotten better. He's just gotten better since
he's gotten better, right? But I don't know if he's adding. I mean, do you even do that in baseball? I mean, yeah, you get better, but did he add a pitch?
Right.
I don't. I doubt it. So. That's a problem. But you and I have talked about this. I just think, Rob, baseball, like you bring up the ultimate winner, and I know you want the guy to win. But you and I both have said Barry Bonds is the greatest player we've seen. Now, that's, including all the controversy.
Right.
But he never won.
He didn't win a World Series.
You know what I mean? And so I just, we've talked about the nature of the game. You could hit freaking 500. And if you don't have the pitching, you're not going to win. Or you could be a phenomenal pitcher, but you're only throwing, every 5 games or so. So I just think it's tough in baseball. I know the Yankees, and we think of Jeter. Yankees are just something special. Yeah. They even haven't won in a while. You know what I mean?
Since 2009. It's been a while now.
I mean, they better start winning too.
Right. Yeah.
But, that's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. Like, do you blame Ohtani for the Angels not winning?
I don't blame him. I don't. But there's something, and this is why, and I'm going to get on this Aaron Judge soapbox, Chris, because he doesn't pitch, but he plays 2 ways. He's a 2-way player from the standpoint, he's not just a home run or a strikeout and he's batting .220, with the home runs, right? He's not. He batted over 300 last year. He almost won a Triple Crown. Chris, when he hits a home run this year, guess what the Yankees' record is? 18-1. He has that kind of impact. Did you see what happened on Sunday? He made a great catch in the wall at Dodger Stadium that changed the game.
Oh, yeah. He ran
probably
through
the wall, through the fence.
Yep, the fence.
They probably wouldn't have won that game if he didn't make that catch. I'm saying he does that kind of stuff. When Ohtani came to the Bronx, do you remember earlier this year? And he jumped over the center field fence and took a home run from Ohtani. Right. It was like a Hollywood script. He runs the bases. He does all kinds of other stuff, Chris, that helps you win. When he's in the lineup, the Yankees are 10 times better. They are. They haven't had Donaldson, who just came back. No. They didn't have Stanton, Chris, who just came back. And they were winning. He's that big of an impact on a team. I can't stress it anymore. What Ohtani is doing is a unicorn, is a one-time thing. We may never see anybody do it again, and he deserves all the credit in the world. Because we haven't seen it since Babe Ruth did it when guys, that's like going back to the NFL, Chris, where guys played on offense and defense. You remember that? If you're a good player, you play both.
This is even more so, though, because at that time, you at least had multiple players doing it.
No, right. No doubt about it.
I'm wondering, and look, he obviously has a long way to go, and I hear you about Judge. And Judge
Would you agree about his impact? He has an impact.
Yeah, he's having an impact. There's no doubt. He's tremendous. But you may think, I'm sure you don't think this about Judge, but what I'm wondering, Rob, is, and he's got to do it for more than a decade following this. I'm just wondering, are we watching potentially the best baseball player ever in Shohei, not Aaron Judge?
Right. He's got a long way to go for us to get there. I hear you. Right. I hear you. But can I? You
know what I mean? This is some little league stuff.
Can I give you this, Chris? I got good numbers. Just let me give you this.
About Aaron Judge?
Yeah.
You just ignoring the Shohei. You're going to make this an Aaron Judge topic. Go ahead.
I just want to give you.
I know Aaron Judge is,
No, through his first 49 games,
you just abandoned Tatis.
No. Who?
Yeah.
No, but here it is, Chris. Judge's numbers through the first 49 games are practically identical from last year. Homers, multi-home run games, runs scored, RBI, extra base hits, slugging, and OPS, which is crazy because he was on a 10-day IL this year.
Right.
Okay, so he hadn't played as many games, and his numbers are almost identical. He's currently on pace to have an OPS over 190 for the second straight year. Can I give you the names of the players who have done it, Chris? Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle, Barry Bonds are the only players who have done that. That's what kind of class Aaron Judge is in.
Right.
That's special.
Look, the dude, his problem, and we talked about this when he didn't get that contract. What did we say? His only problem has been he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Right. And he's got the toe now.
He's been for the most, right. How long they saying he's going to be out?
Yeah, they gave him the day off yesterday, right, against the Dodgers in the finale, right. Chris, and they had an off day today. I think they'll evaluate it. It's his big toe that he stubbed when he ran into the fence.
Right. No, look, the dude is great. There's no doubt about it. And we'll just make this an Aaron Judge topic because we'll have to talk Shohei at a different time.
Yeah, who would you rather have though? And let's be fair. People call up and tell me I'm crazy, and they'd rather have Shohei because Chris, you gave Shohei's pitching numbers.
He's only got a few less homers than Judge, four fewer homers than Judge, and then he pitches. That's an interesting one because I think, Rob, look, they're both tremendous. Obviously, the fact that Ohtani's pitching is unique, but does that mean he's worth more victories than Judge?
And there you go.
Great defender.
Ohtani's the DH. He doesn't play the field, Chris. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of other things that Judge does. Judge steals bases. He has a good arm. He throws people out on the bases. He jumps over the fence.
I think it boils down to this: which guy. And this is what we'll throw out, this is something for the listeners to consider. I think, Rob, because we're going to assume both guys are healthy. Both guys are healthy for the next 10 years. It really depends on which guy you think is more box office. Because they're both awesome. We can fight over who does more for their team. But if Ohtani's hitting almost as many homers as Judge, and he's pitching, and Judge is, like we said, is a great defender, defensive player. So to me, that's kind of what it would come down to. And they both, look, Judge is, he's charismatic and, he's a great, for baseball. I'd probably rather have Ohtani. And you would rather have Judge.
Yep. And Judge is on the biggest stage, Chris, where I'm picturing
them both with the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really,
Chris is going to get Ohtani to the Yankees. That would be.
I just think I hate to say this, but I mean, and maybe I'm starting to think of like a New Yorker. I've been here now a couple decades,
right?
I do feel like, or correct me if I'm wrong, he's going to get the most exposure and attention as a Yankee. Is that
playing on that stage because of the history of that sport, Chris? Wearing the pinstripes,
yeah.
There's no doubt about it. You could talk to who was I talking to the other day? Former player. What am I just blanking on? And he talked about his career, and it was about playing in New York. And he just said it was unlike anything else he'd ever done. And he just said, like that, like. It was he played in some great places, but he said New York was just different. Was that Justice talking to us?
I was wondering if that was baseball justice.
Yeah, you're right. Justice. That was it.
I just think this dude deserves attention. He doesn't deserve to be, like playing
in Anaheim.
Yeah, people
right.
unfortunately aren't paying attention.